3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Jenna X. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Jenna, and today I am chatting with Joshua Hamsa, and he is the founder of Let's Effing Go on the XRPL. And Joshua has also created a community calendar that helps keep the XRPL community organized, which I've used and I really appreciate. And he also designs merch for the XRPL. Welcome, Josh. How are you doing today?
Doing real well, Jenna. How about yourself?
I cannot complain. I cannot complain at all.
That's good. We're almost to Friday. Let's go, huh?
Let's effing go. Josh, would you mind sharing a little bit more about yourself, a little bit of your background, and how Let's Effing Go came to be?
Sure thing, Jenna. Yeah. So my name is Joshua Hamsa. I live in Los Angeles, California. And when my wife was pregnant, she was in the hospital, and we were kind of figuring that the time's going to come where we want our son to be able to go to school from home, and that requires us being able to work from home. So we're looking around kind of for opportunities to do that, and saw these NFT projects doing really well. And I've always been creative and technical, and so it seemed like something I could really dive into. And yeah, so I've always been into Legos and those kind of building toys, and so as I was kind of exploring the NFT market, it occurred to me that these pictures that you can get, you buy them, you hold them, you sell them. Like, there's not a whole lot of additional functionality to sort of the larger projects. And so I set out with the goal to create a project where you could sort of similar to Legos. You could buy it, but then swap the traits between it, and really be able to kind of have fun with your digital collectibles. So we set out to do that. Had to do a ton of research. Had to pay a lot of money to lawyers to make sure that we were on track and not violating Lego's IP. And yeah, we've been slowly but surely building, trying to make an awesome product for our own project, and then ultimately for other NFT projects as well across the ledger.
Awesome. I'm going to actually pull this up. This is your white paper, if you don't mind me sharing this, because let's dive into more about LFGO. I noticed that your community, you call them builders. So anybody who holds your token is a builder?
That's right. Yeah, at least a builder. So if you've got one token, you get the builder role in our Discord. And then, I work in construction. So the whole kind of construction vibe plays into the different roles you could have in our community.
Oh, cool. Okay. And so it just depends on how many different tokens that you hold and everything like that. And so can you tell us a little bit more about how your rewards work?
Sure. So part of our roadmap that you'll be able to see when you scroll down there is that we set aside a large portion of the tokens to be given away to the community for free. We started out, in this sort of end of the airdrop era on the XRPL, where the projects were just sending out en masse tokens to any wallet that had a trust line set. We saw that didn't work, and so we started out by just looking for community members who wanted to be involved, who liked the project, had something nice to say on Twitter. And we started using the XRPL tip bot on Twitter to send out small amounts of the token. And then so for the entire time since then, in order to get any of our loyalty rewards, is what we called them, you had to be currently holding the token. So only paying out people who have directly engaged with the project. We think that has helped us to create a more organic community of people who are actually wanting to be involved, have already taken efforts and steps to do that. So the loyalty rewards program started out with we were going to give away 30% of the total supply, which initially was 10,000 tokens. And we also had a part of our marketing budget set aside for partnerships. And after we kind of met our goals in the partnerships, we had some leftover tokens. So we added those to the giveaway. So I think totally given away around 48% of our project to the community. And that was of the 10,000 tokens. And so, yeah, the way that worked, it was up until December of last year, every week. Depending on how many tokens you held, you get a certain amount. We changed it around a couple of times, kind of seeing what worked and what didn't. Ultimately, it's just hold, be a part of the Discord and the community, and you got some free tokens dropped to you, right? Hold art, get art, sort of thing. Before we had NFTs on the XRPL. Yeah, so once we completed that, we were looking for another way to continue to engage with our community, to provide value to them after after XLS 20 launched, and so we've been collecting NFTs from other projects and just giving them away in our Discord Monday through Friday to anybody who signs up and has a role. So yeah, just trying to find ways to provide value.
That's such a cool idea. I love that. That's a great way to get your community involved and just show your appreciation to them. So I really like that. So let's talk about the different phases. You have phase 1, obviously complete right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, phase 1 is done, and we've kind of been working through phase 2. This does get split out into a couple of different I guess sub phases, you could call it, right? So taking a look at our white paper, you see that Zerpcraft partnership that happened very early on. RIP Zerpcraft. We really enjoyed that project while it was able to keep going. We moved through the loyalty rewards, the white paper. We burnt about 23% of our supply, dropping our total supply down to 7,777 tokens. We're leading up to our mint date, and so we're kind of in this marketing phase now. And yeah, ultimately we will release our X app that you'll be able to find in some to customize your NFTs.
Okay, and then after that is phase 3, obviously expansion, and that is involving the trait marketplace as well, right?
Yep. So we've got several different sort of modules that we're adding into our software that we're building. Again, that's the builder that will allow a different functionality. So for example, we intend to release this software as a product to other NFT projects who want to offer it to their communities, and then we'll have different modules that they'll be able to subscribe to as well, such as a trait marketplace, where if you want to release new traits to your community over time, right, keep your kind of OG collection going by releasing new things, you could do that, or allow your community to trade traits on the back end, kind of off ledger between themselves. You could do that as well individually. So that's the trait marketplace. We've got several other initiatives allowing for trait burning to kind of play with the rarity, right? So if you're releasing new traits, you don't want to overinflate them. So to counter that, you can releasing a module that will allow you to burn traits from your collection in exchange for a currency token reward, whatever the project decides to be able to use on the trait marketplace, so that you kind of go hand in hand there.
Oh, okay. So now there's going to be, so does each token that you buy give you one builder or one go?
Yep.
That's how that works?
Okay. Yep. So it's it's a 1-to-1, just like several other projects. Some projects did a half a token to one NFT, but we keep it 1-to-1. Yeah.
Oh, this is so neat. I love that. And so once you just burn a trait, it's gone.
It may be, right? So and not to drop too much alpha here, but another additional module is called the claw machine. So the claw machine is one way to distribute additional traits to your community, to our community, where they can spend those currency tokens in exchange for a random trait. Well, if you if the community chooses with the software, you could burn the trait and have it be gone from the collection entirely, or set a percentage that it ends up in the claw machine to potentially be reclaimed. So the goal is to keep it fresh, keep it exciting, keep it interesting, right? I've got a rank 10 today, but tomorrow it's a rank 9 because somebody burned that trait, and now it's the one I have is slightly more rare, right? So keeping it engaging and letting the market dictate the value of their collectibles.
That's so cool. What a fun idea. And this is like appealing to all ages, I feel like. Like, I love the concept of it. I love these Lego people. I know, like, my son, when I take him to Lego, and obviously we don't want any confusion with that. And you've mentioned on the legal side, everything's fine. But it is just so fun to be able to create your own and, mix and match. Now you've done this with NFTs, and I think that that's really, really fun. Now, how are you actively building your community? I know you said, you're doing loyalty programs. Is there anything else that you're doing to continue to build?
Absolutely. So we've got a couple other sort of software products that we aim to release down the line that we've got them tested. They do work, but then Twitter updated their API, so we kind of got to backtrack with the calendar. For example, we've got a profile picture switcher, right? So the kind of basis on that is we all waited for XLS20 and NFTs on the XRPL, and we had all these tokens. And now we've got all these NFTs, and we like them all, but we can't really set them all as our profile picture at any given time, right? It's like, okay, I have to go back in and change it. Oh, and this week I'm going to change it to this one. So we've set up a piece of software that will allow you to connect your Sun wallet and pick out which of your favorite NFTs you want, connect your Twitter account, and have it automatically cycle through those as your PFP at a set interval. So stuff like that, continuing to try and push the space forward, provide a new meta, right, and really build NFTs into sort of that next level, right, the next generation of NFTs. But to answer your question on a broader perspective about how we're building our community, the sort of phrase that we have in the team is brick by brick, right, as opposed to doing sort of like mass marketing, or I'm sure you get this in your DMs all the time, like I'll paid chatters or Chinese whales, you can, all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
We don't engage in any of that. If you want to promote the project, happy to have you. If you want to be a part of the community, we'd love to have you. But we're not going to pay anybody to falsely build the community or anything like that. Additionally, like I said, we are concerned about the legality of crypto and NFTs, and you couldn't necessarily control a subcontractor, call it, group like that to make sure they're staying on brand and everything's legal and copacetic. I don't want somebody in my chat saying rocket ships to the moon and promoting an investment product. That's not what we do, right? So brick by brick, slowly but surely. We're not the type to market something that isn't ready or that may come down the line. We want to make sure that we're talking about things that are ready to go or are being built and are on the way, right? That we already have our path laid out for,
Yeah.
You never see a commercial for a product that doesn't exist yet, right? It's buy this now, not like, and I guess we're sort of, you see Tesla and their model, like you can pre-order things, and that's great. But our goal is to ensure that we're being upfront and honest about everything that we're doing, and let the community decide that they want to be a part of that, and in so doing, right, we engage with the broader XRPL as a whole. We're not trying to be segmented away. Like I mentioned, we are marketing ultimately to other projects to use our software, not just their users, because their users might not necessarily enjoy our NFTs, but as much as they enjoy the NFTs of another project that they're more involved in, right? So our ultimate customer base is other projects, and we want to be there to support, uplift, encourage, cheerlead, right? Or in some cases, mentor other projects to let them know that, this is kind of how the ledger works if you're new here, right? Just helping out in any way we can. So that's why we make things like the calendar that have very few LFGO events on it, right? It's not about just about us. It's about the ledger as a whole, about the NFT space as a whole, and that's what we're focused on.
Yeah, and I thought that was great. It's a useful tool. Like I have that plugged into my Discord. It's just awesome. Like everything's in one place, and it's really great that you guys did that for the community. 100%.
We're happy to help.
So let's talk about your team. Who makes up the LFGO team?
Sure. So, I try to make it clear I am the founder, but I'm by no means the most talented person on my team. So we've got our creative director is Black Cement, our artist and front end developer, his name's Groin. He's also associated with a couple of other projects such as Greyhound. They got a grant recently. I'm really happy for them. We've got our project administrators, Jutan, our architect is Proggy, Shogun does our QA and QC as well as our automation, Renman is our web dev, and we got our moderators, Nurse, August, and Mojo. So pretty big team, lots of input, lots of eyes on the projects to be able to point out, like, maybe we could do this better, maybe we could approach this in a different way, make sure everything is on track and on point. A single person can only see so much of the picture, and it's ideal to have kind of more eyes on it so that we can all build this together.
Look at this squad. This is a happy squad. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So when and where are you going to be able to mint these bad boys?
Sure. Yeah. So season one, and I'll talk about that in a second, is releasing on May 26th on XRP Cafe. I say season one because another thing that we noticed in making sure so we took the approach of waiting, right? We didn't want to be a day one project releasing our NFTs on the XRPL because it's a new thing. We wanted to step back and see like what works, what doesn't work, how can we best support our community and our project as a whole. Put a lot of work into this, and we want to make sure that it comes out correctly. And one of the things that we've noticed is that with IOU token projects, the supply quickly outstrips the demand, right? So you might have, 1,000 amazing dedicated holders, but those 1,000 holders only have so much XRP, and they spend all of their IOU tokens minting NFTs, and now you've got your collection 50% minted out, and you've got some people that are just holding the tokens, trying to gouge kind of the community for more XRP instead of minting them like they're used to or supposed to be used for. So we decided to, one of the things that we can do to build demand is take our 7,777 NFTs, that's a lot to say, and split it up into 11 seasons of 707 NFTs dropped. And then, what that gives us the opportunity to do is to release different things in each season, different sort of traits, trait sets, collections that aren't present in other seasons, right? So to build that sort of demand, I'm not going to drop the alpha here. I want it to be a surprise, but there is a certain type of trait in season one that you are very likely to get in season one, but you will not be very likely to get in other seasons, right? And that's kind of going to be the meta moving forward with our project is you'll see, oh, there's a whole lot of this in this collection or in this season, but you don't expect to see that in other ones, as well as there will be certain characters that we're releasing in each season that you just won't be able to get in any other season. So trying to find multiple ways to like metrics to provide value and demand and give community members and collectors something that they can really enjoy and be happy to have gotten, right?
That makes you want to collect this. That is what collecting is all about. I love that. And I noticed, I don't want to talk about price or anything like that, on the show, but I noticed there's not very many left, like on the decks, like at lower prices. I see like how quickly the price can go up on these. Now, are you going to do like people do and have a set price per mint, or is it no, you just got to get these tokens now? Can you explain how that will work?
Sure. So one of the benefits of taking this approach of releasing season by season is to ultimately drive demand to the token, right? And not just to buy it, but to use it for what it's meant to be used for, right? To mint it. So hopefully that will reduce the total number of listings on the DEX. That opens up the potential for price to go up. I won't not saying price go up by any means, but that the goal is to get users to use the token for what it's meant for. And in order to do that, we have to create demand. So that's on us. And so to answer your question, well, we might have to retake that. What was your question?
Well, how much it is, like if you can pay like an XRP on that, or like on the actual marketplace to get it, or no, you need to go buy the token on the DEX to be able to swap the token for the NFT.
Sure. Yeah, thank you for that. So the token will be tradable for the NFT, and we don't foresee moving to a non-token mint, right? Okay. We're really trying to take the approach of the token is what you trade for the NFT. That's the only thing you can use to buy it with. For seasons 10 and 11, I will let you know ahead of time that I've got some plans for that, but I'm not going to go too deep into it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Love it. So what excites you most about your project? Like, I know you've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. Your branding is awesome, by the way, but what just pumps you up?
So providing additional value and entertainment, right? That's ultimately, like I said, my goal from the beginning is let's make NFTs fun, right? Like, let's do more. Let's freaking go. Like, move this space forward, create the new meta, and give collectors like myself, right, the chance to engage with the things that they're buying in a new way, right? don't get me wrong. Like I have a lot of love for these pure art projects. Some artists do really great, and I just buy for the art. I don't expect anything out of it. I don't expect any utility, but being able to provide that additional metric of value and sort of the hopefully inspire others, right, to think outside of the box of, this is the standard, but we don't have to follow the same path that everybody else has followed. Let's build something new. Let's create something exciting. Let's find a way to engage our audiences. Like, this is the way, and that's what we hope to inspire. Fingers crossed, if, who knows, maybe nobody will like it, maybe nobody will get inspired, but we sure will have had a heck of a time trying to get there.
How big have you grown your community across like your Discord and Twitter?
So our Twitter is up to, I think we broke 4,000 followers last month. Again, completely organic, right? We've had some of those, collaborative, right? Follow us, follow them, a chance to win type of thing. But, not engaging in like any of the botting or the buying followers, or anything. Let's just keep it organic. Our Discord, I don't actually keep track of that. Maybe 1,000 members, somewhere around there, 800, so yeah.
That's great. That's great. Like, and organic. That is what matters. And I think, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to do it. So something that I thought was interesting and I want to bring up is you are or were an XRP campus ambassador. Can you speak on that a little bit, what that meant, how you got into that? Because I think that's pretty cool and worth mentioning.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I was an XRPL campus ambassador for the fall cohort of the 2022 school year. So, I was in the dev Discord, and I saw Bias Goose post the sort of the opportunity. If you're a student and you want to be a part of this program, feel free to sign up. There were apparently a lot of applications, and a very small number of us chosen in relation to those to the number of applications. But yeah, so it was great. I got to link up with the different ambassadors. We had some mentoring opportunities. We got to meet David Schwartz and ask him some questions. We had a special group of us that went to Apex together and got to link up with those guys. So a lot of education and also opportunity to engage with the broader market by creating events in our communities, like our local communities, the school and our city. So that led to the creation of the XRPLA sort of group. I noticed that there's NFT NY, there's XRP NFT. Why don't we have something in LA? Let's make one. And so we've had a few meetings so far. Looking forward to more and building that out. And in-person events and being able to connect with people on a one-on-one, face-to-face basis really is. I really hope it's going to ultimately be the heart of NFTs, right? It just adds a whole new metric than being behind a keyboard, or seeing somebody on the other side of a screen, even like we are now, but actually being able to shake hands and say like, hey, what's up? Like, let's go, right? Like we're in this together. It really strengthens the community, and and being able to experience that as an XRPL campus ambassador helped to reinforce that meta in me, and I look forward to being able to share it with other people.
That is such an awesome experience. I'm really excited for you that you got to do that. That is just so cool. That's awesome to me. And I agree with you. I had my first in-person event when I went to XRP Las Vegas, and just to see the community together, and you're right, knowing you're all in it together, but it just like lit a fire inside of you again. And it was just so neat to meet everyone like, hey, that you talk to every day behind the keyboard. Like, yes, we're real people, and just so awesome and fulfilling. It really was.
Definitely. So you had dinner with Dirk, is that right?
Yeah, that was really cool. And we're supposed to be getting these limited special edition NFTs from Expector with, of course, XRPP's beautiful book face on them, because we got to see him unmasked. So that was just a really fun experience, though. And I love what they're building with it. It was really, really great experience. I can't wait for next year. As soon as the tickets come out, I'm on it.
Let's go.
Let's effing go. So speaking of events, I saw that you're sponsoring, is it DGenFT? That's 2023. Right. What is this? Is this an in-person event? Is this online? Oh, tell me more.
Yeah. So DGenFT, this is the second year they're running. It's hosted and started by OC Lost Art. So he's a project out of Orange County, California.
Okay.
And, the Orange County market, in his view, is untapped when it comes to NFTs. And so it's an opportunity not only for projects to be able to get together in person, but also to expand the brand awareness for the local community, right? And also allow the local community, businesses and vendors to get exposure to Web3, to interact with different projects and builders on Web3, see how Web3 might be able to help their business and what they're doing. So it's a cross-chain event. We've got projects from various chains that are going to be there. OC Lost Art is mostly XRPL native, so quite a few XRPL projects will be there. I'm looking forward to meeting them and being able to shake hands and have a drink. But we've got an ETH project. We've got some guys flying in to do music. We've got an art competition. It's going to be a really great time, and looking forward to it.
Great. Are these tickets still available, or is it sold out?
It's a free event.
It's a free event.
It's a free event. That's right. So,
Wow.
we've seen, and I really appreciate OC's approach on this, that, a ticket to an NFT or a crypto event often runs in hundreds or thousands of dollars. That doesn't necessarily go hand in hand with expanding the reach of Web3 to, a community member who might just be interested, but not that interested, right? So, and then there have been events that have sold you a ticket and then not ever had the event, kind of a rug pull thing. And so avoiding that altogether, this is the event. Everybody's welcome. Show up, be a part of, right? Have a good time. And yeah, let's, bring Web3 kind of to the people.
Very cool. I love that approach. I think so many people, they want to learn, but you're right. That kind of pushes them away. I know I haven't been to NFT NYC yet. I look at those prices. I'm like, I want to go. I don't want to go that bad.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely. Josh, are there any closing thoughts or anything that I didn't ask about that I should have that we need to know about Let's Effing Go?
Don't have anything that comes to mind. You've done a really great job asking questions and covering everything. I'd just say that, we are all in this together. We can all build a brighter future for NFTs and Web3. We can all have fun in this space. It's not just about, about the money or hoarding each other's users. We create products together. We have several people in the market. We're also collectors, right, that get to engage in this space. And ultimately, we get to build each other up and find ways to encourage and support each other. So
absolutely.
Rising tides raise all boats.
100%. I agree with you. And Josh, if you don't mind, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you at. I have the Twitter right up here.
Sure. Yeah. So you see there on your screen, you can follow us on Twitter, Let's Effing Go. You can also join our Discord, discord.gg/Let's Effing Go. We're also on Instagram. Don't use it too much. We've got a LinkedIn, right? Don't use it too much. We are where the people are. So yeah, we'd love to have you come be a part of our community, ask questions. We're happy to answer. And yeah, the 26th of May, XRP Cafe, 1 LFGO is 1 NFT. So
that's next week, guys. Next week. All right. And all of the links are posted below. So check all of that out. Joshua, thank you so much for making some time for me today to talk about your project. I really appreciate you. And please, anytime you have any updates, please, you're welcome to come back.
Thanks, Jenna. Appreciate your time. Thanks for having us.
Have a good one. Bye.
You as well.